And it's episode 22 of Unfiltered with Oscar Msomi. And today we have a beautiful guest. I'm talking about Lumkah Fabulous, who's a superstar actually. She's an all-round bombshell, I'll tell you. Just a couple of things that you want to know about her, because we're going to be having this conversation, discussing what it is that she's doing and what she's about. I know that she has had a very long road in the entertainment industry, but we're going to be able to just catch all of those nice details for you. She's a rapper.
Yes.
She's a singer, she's an actress.
Yes.
Oh my god, she's actually a radio host.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Boom Boom Room.
It's Boom Boom Room.
We're gonna get it. And she's also an entrepreneur with the Fabulous Fun House. You want to know everything about her. But first and foremost, the one thing that is mostly important to her and very precious is the fact that she's a mother. And she's a mother of very beautiful kids, I might add.
Thank you so much.
Today, Lumkah.
Oscar.
Thank you so much for having us, and the fact that you gave us this opportunity to have this talk with you. I know that your fans at home also want to know more about you, other than the shining stars that are always around you and the lights that are always around you. But the fact that you do the beautiful work that you do, we want to know the grain of it, where you pick up that energy and where does it actually come from, right? Yeah, so where we're gonna go to is exactly where it all started. You said you were about 8 years of age when you discovered this beautiful love for being on stage, right?
Yep, that's when I started performing.
Right.
Right. Right, gune veranda laphaya. So like labo siseng dance, I was like, but they were older than me. I was like the youngest.
Yeah.
Jalo after school sahlangana umama mbekane redo le fakuthi amasiti yawo 3.
That's right.
Esifaka la amasiti lawo and we would dance and
Converse
people,
girls, eh?
I'm a Converse girl.
Yes,
and
yes.
people around the street would be like, they would stand and watch us, and I'm like, this is interesting. So people really want to see what we're about and what we're doing.
Yeah.
So then we carried on from there. Samba contest,
performing all over.
Wow. So we tried to perform, Jay.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not really about the money.
Yeah, of course.
But it's about
passion that drives
it's about, yo, look at me.
I want to do
I'm
this,
doing
you know,
this.
and the fact that you're actually doing something that is different to what your peers are doing, because while everyone is stuck doing the norm, I want to go to school and then I want to become a doctor after that. There's the spark that comes out of a person who's got art within them that makes them want to just go north when everyone is going south, right?
True.
Yeah, so that is way back. You're 8 and you're growing up around this neighborhood with your friends. The township that you're coming from at this moment, because I know that you're from Vryheid, isn't it?
From Vryheid, Zulu,
that's right. Yeah. And how was the life that you had when you were there?
Obviously I didn't know any other life, so for me it was normal. You know, I stayed with my gran. I loved kids.
Of course.
So my home would always be full of kids. It's either when you dance, when you're listening to my grandma.
Lovely.
You know, it was a home full of love.
Lovely. So now that you are in the space where you're finding yourself obviously growing up and you're going to school, you're completing school, it has to come to a point where you come to a big city, and then that's when you moved to Durban, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
How was Durban for you? The first experience of coming into a big town, coming from a small town, Vryheid.
Yeah, it was like, you know, spinach. This place is huge. Like, but in me, I wasn't afraid because of I was in a big city. I was afraid of the fact that of the unknown. Afraid of the unknown.
Of
like, you don't know like how this place is and how you can maneuver around.
Of course.
You know, but I had a person from Ekhaya, and she had a little bit more experience. So I had a person that was
you sort of had backup, a person who was already in town and was already
it's okay, lay workshop, lay low Broad Street or whatever situations.
Of course.
You know, because
of course. So that must have worked out for you. Now, the fact that you are in a big city now, obviously the reason that you would come here is because you were still furthering your studies, I assume.
So what happened is, I heard over the radio two auditions going game. As a Maritzburg.
Right.
You know, all this information that they give you.
Yeah.
And in my head I'm like, dance, actor. I'm like, in my head, these people are speaking to me. I'm like, hello.
Lovely. Yeah.
But now the only issue was, 1, 2, I'm in grade 12.
Yeah.
3 ngise-Friday ama-auditions asema-Respect. I have to go and now and travel to a place that I still don't know.
Jeepers.
And just like make sure it's mangifika khona I execute. But in my head I'm like, let me speak to my mom.
And I've got this anyway.
Let me speak to my mom. I'm like, Ma, you know. There's my one
opportunity. Yeah.
But my mom she is very supportive.
Yeah.
She was like, kodwa manje uzohamba wedwa ngithi mina ma akekho umuntu engizohamba naye.
Of course.
Khona umuntu engimaziyo sema-Respect ethi ngizomfonela ngitshela ukuthi
so connections always work
everywhere bro. Make sure make sure
of course.
And then my mom was like, okay musho-ke ukuthi uzoba safe then it's fine ngikeza imali ukugibela
yeah
gibela itaxi ngaye-Respect ngifika ama-Respect there's a line umuntu is doing the things abantu asebe-experience vele they're stretching. I'm like, okay, this is what is happening here, but I'm liking the vibe.
It's your scene,
it's my vibe.
Yeah
so I'm just like, okay, fine, okay, did what I did. Everyone
was the big man there himself, or
he was there? He was
get out of here.
He was part of the
I think for me, because I've always followed the Morgan game, just going back to the stuff that he used to do, especially coming from the apartheid time, because he always conveyed his messages through the kind of music that he produced.
Yes,
it was so inspirational when you see those ladies and those men sing with those voices.
You know what I mean?
Like what Sarafina years. But Morgan Game has always had that power. Wasn't that a threat to you? Now the man is standing right in front of you.
I was actually excited. He's right here. They don't have to take like some kind of video to him or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, in person,
I have
it
to
gave
drop
me
it.
even more. Yes, it gave me even more. He must see me dance, see me sing.
Of course.
Unfortunately, I didn't make it to because they were auditioning for a theater, a musical. I didn't make it to the musical. They were like, okay, we can see you can sing, you can act, you can dance, but it's not on the level that we want it to be.
Of course, Morgan Game was demanding,
you know. So they were like, okay, Bamgema has a school. Bamgema said, next year you must come and enroll. I'm taking you in,
out of here,
and I'm gonna polish your skills.
Because I can see that there's much potential in there.
You know, and then I was like, okay, sharp. Okay, I didn't go back home with good news. I got any role.
But there was a big but.
But there was a big but. I'm like, next year, I'm gonna study this thing.
Flip, man.
My mom was happy over the moon. The only issue that she had was in the music. She was not certain. Is this thing gonna sustain you? Is it gonna
and the fact that you were also young,
and I'm still, like straight out of high school. But she was supportive through and through.
Of course, and that's exactly what we need. When a parent, gives you that backup and assurance of actually you on the right track, keep going for it. I think that's a blessing right there.
Definitely.
Bruh, you did amazing things. So you're already in the stage of performance. You've already met the big names. The fact that you came across Omogeni Game back then, when it was that big back then, and it's still big. It must have been a spark of inspiration too.
Definitely.
And things always seem to work out for people when they're called for it
Yes.
So when you call for it, you do those things. You meet the Converse girls, or maybe you become the person who forms them, and then you come up from that stage, you come to Durban, and there you were in the entertainment industry, already being in the academy of Omegana Game. That's a big name. You don't stop there, you start thinking big. I think everything with you has always been big, but you're tiny at the same time. You go and open Fabulous Entertainment in 2009.
Yeah, because we had a conversation with my mom. I was like, okay, I don't mind looking KP Mali for the entertainment, but you need to have something to fall back on.
Of course.
And I was thinking, okay, what is it, that what else do I have a passion in except for entertainment and music? And my mom said, hamba a duty and see what courses they have there, and you can choose from there. Come here, duty. Baseball,
stuff that doesn't sing with you.
I'm just like, I was gonna study for 7 years. Hell no.
Bruh.
And then this at the office any other course that everybody likes taking is business management.
Of course.
And I was like, business management?
Why the hell not?
It sounds like my type of thing. Let me try it out. And then I enrolled for business management at DUT, then I studied there. Whilst I was during academic year, in my mind, I'm like, why can't I put this thing to practice?
Of course.
Yeah. Why can't I put it to practice?
Yeah.
Put it in practice. I opened my own company 2009, and
wow.
then I decided because business management, let me infuse it somehow with entertainment.
So you still brought it back to where you wanted. Because
I don't want to wake up and
you didn't want to have any title that has anything to do with, you know, you wanted that entertainment to always come popping through because you're a performer. That's right.
You know, so I was like, okay, let me recruit some people who are in the entertainment industry. Started recruiting models, started recruiting dancers, DJs, poets, everything. I'm just let me keep a database of people so that when I want to do things, I know that I have a database of people that have a passion for it.
Exactly.
And that have
you can just tap
something.
and you know that person is on your back. Yeah.
From Lapo, Tira started contacting me for girls. For
Get out of here.
Video. Okay.
Lovely.
And then in relationship here, I'm with building more clientele
and the brand itself.
And the brand and building the brand itself.
Of course.
I now have a portfolio inside. So when are you working with this
and you're mingling with the huge names in the industry.
In go back I'm still studying and fulfilling my mom's dream at the same time.
So it was killing two birds with one stone, isn't it? And then you find yourself for some odd reason having to leave Durban, and obviously Joburg is where it's at, right? Even today, as much as Durban is actually cooking, and we have been bubbling, but we're just not hitting the high notes, and I have no idea why, but I guess we'll probably get there someday. Yeah, it's very hard. It actually is a killer of many artists, because when you keep knocking, and you know that the passion is in there, the talent is in there, but there's no recognition of some sort.
If Nala recognize that, they're just gonna be like,
well, you know, what else can we do? So you moved to Joburg.
I decided, and cartel wins the has become too small for
stagnant
me.
Too.
I knew a guy called Uvugani, Aussie African Child.
Yeah.
So they were in Durban. I also had two groups of dancers, boys and girls at that time. So Uvugani was like, okay, there's something happening. Let some dancers up.
Yeah.
Then when we did that, I had my music. I was recording at that time. But music, obviously,
you had a lot to deal with.
I'm doing a lot at once. I was just like, look.
Yeah.
So Vugan was like, I like your music. Let's take it to Joburg. Let's see how we can build
how people
a brand
receive
out
it.
of you, and let's go into studio, record more music with more producers in Joburg. I'm like, so this will require me to move to Joburg. He's like,
you still have to go and consult with mom now.
Yes, I'm back. I was
You're not gonna stop for nothing.
At that time.
Get out of here. You've got corporate.
It was my first job. It's called Kasim Kadwa Architects. I was a receptionist for an architect company.
Yeah.
I'm
the walls were closing in.
I'm like, I need to go to Joburg. What do I do?
Yeah.
I'm like, let me speak to my mom.
Yeah.
And, you know, that thought.
You always have to come back to consult.
That thought. I'm like, let me speak to my mom.
That's right.
To my mom. My mom was like, my mom always safety first.
Of course.
This guy has got female dancers, but my room, like a place, like all the dancers there. I will join that.
Yeah.
So Mama, I'm alright here, that's fine. I want to say, when you get there, give me the numbers.
I need to find out exactly where you are. And this job I
That's a showcase. Went to Joburg, brass, packed everything up, and I left. Don't forget, go live. He's a hard worker.
Yeah.
In and out every single day, performing in clubs, wherever, prisons.
And how demanding is that for you now? You know, it's still...
You know, we're traveling to Botswana, we're driving we're driving to Namibia. I'm like, this life. And then I had to fall pregnant again with my then partner.
Of course.
And then I had to come back.
Yeah.
Like, for
sort of having to tone down things because, you know, you have to do that focus.
Now that the baby's here, let me just go back. Went back home, recouped, recouped, and then I was like, okay, I'm ready to give this thing a shot
because
again.
Because the flame was still there, nothing was...
It will always be there. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
sharp. My mom's like, okay, maybe for some days. You know how parents are.
Yeah.
Saying, as much as
responsibilities,
I
everything.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to go find them savings. Please forgive me.
Because that's just not in you.
You know,
it's not in
give
you.
this thing a shot again.
Yeah.
Gave it a shot again.
Yeah.
met a wonderful lady called Annie, Mrs. Ambition Manje.
That's correct.
Best friend of mine.
Seriously?
Yeah, she was working for Uhulu. She was the first person to work for Uhulu.
Wow.
So she was like, okay, I'm looking for dancers. I'm like, girl,
you know I got you when it comes to that.
Girl. And then we started a group. Another group. Forget this time it's called. This one was called Pistol Whip.
That's correct.
And then we started pistol whipping everyone.
Man! That's when you did that opening for Rick Ross and Chris Brown.
Yeah. That was
Annual Hip Hop.
Hip Hop Youth Festival.
How was that experience though?
Oh my god.
Jeepers!
Just being on stage and looking.
But do you understand that there's absolutely no way that you can ever stop because you called into this. This is actually the only thing that you need to do for your own sanity.
I just feel
How was that experience?
It was amazing. Like just standing on those under those spotlights.
Yeah.
With so many voices just shouting
so much
and
greatness.
Screaming and going crazy.
Bruh.
I was like, God damn.
I'm here now.
How I'm feeling right now.
Yeah. You have arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lumkah. You also did a bit of TV as well. You know, for a person like you, it's quite strange because, you know, they really were right. Whoever it was, Cheapers, man, whoever that guy was who said dynamite.
Cause
you know what I'm saying?
You know that nigga knew
he was on
what
point.
about.
Seriously, because I mean, Cheapers, the stuff that you have under your belt, the singer, the rapper, I'm talking Lumkah, the dancer, I'm talking the choreographer.
Oh,
and then at some point you were there on Mnet's ETV series. At least there was 2 shows that you appeared on Mnet, and there's another show that you also appeared on Gussie Stories on ETV.
Oscar Joburg has
How do you even get your
Joburg has opportunities. So me being in Joburg, I'm tapping into different kinds of personalities.
Yeah.
That's how I can put it. So I get to know who's who when I get there. I'm like, okay, this person does this. This person does this. And then a lady called Thandi Matlaila. Thandi Matlaila she's an actor still. She acts on The Queen. She acts on all these other stories.
Yeah.
She has a PR company.
Of course.
So she wanted to assist me, assist the brand. And then she was like, Lumkah, I've got closed auditions. I need you to go to a certain place for auditions tomorrow.
What?
And then tell me if you get the part. I'm like, for acting.
Drop and get ready.
She's like, yeah, for acting. I'm like, but I've never
Were you ever
before.
ready for that? Yeah.
And then she's like, Lumkah, come on.
I know you can pull this
like,
one
Lumkah, come on. They're looking for a dancer. Which was a plus
so it's your role,
you know, so which was a plus for me.
Yeah.
Endleleni ngihambe ngicabanga ukuthi so manje mina vele ngizofika ngizolalisa phansi ingane zaseGoli that have been acting nan because
here's this enemy from Durban. Who the hell is she? Yeah.
Because this is like a supporting role. It's close to the lead role. Then
you're right there with the lead role. Actually.
Yes, all the time. So I'm like, okay. 1, I don't have any experience in acting.
Yeah.
2, I'm not from Joburg.
Yeah.
And then 3, I don't have the
experience
and the experience that
you know?
I think I have. I'm like, okay, but Yazin, God spoke to me. It's like,
and it wouldn't have landed on your lap if it wasn't yours.
Relaxed, and then I went to the auditions. They gave me a script. They're like, giving me 10 minutes, funda this section, and then come through. Kale with the acting, this was all with the dancing.
Bruh.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Gather my strength. Went there, read, and then went in.
In fact, your things have always been jumping and coming at you like this. How the hell?
Not really.
No,
bro.
seriously.
It's not like
Come
I don't
on.
struggle to get these
Let
things.
me tell you, as much as you do struggle, it just puzzles me how you keep turning and flipping over and you keep winning at the same time. You're just getting it.
There's a reason for it.
Yeah.
And saying I born a man. Everything that I've gone through is for a purpose.
Yeah.
Because I'm where I'm at now, with the experience that I've gained from all these other things happening in my life, some going right, some not going right. Yeah. You know, so it's a learning curve and it's a different journey for me, and I'm happy.
And what a beautiful experience it is, you know, because I know for a fact, sometimes we don't get it when we're hit with some crosswinds, when we're trying to go that side and everything seems to be pulling us back. We sometimes just don't get it. Whereas if we had the bigger eye, maybe a broader view of the perspective, we'll find ourselves winning at the end of the day with that thing having happened anyway. So everything that you met all the trials and tribulations that you went through, they were the scars that you needed to polish the star that you've ended up becoming.
When you are still going through it, you don't understand.
No, you won't get it.
Yeah,
but no, you won't get it.
That's when you actually understand. And it actually comes like crumbling down. And you pinpoint it in your head, you're like, this is why that happened. This is why that happened.
Yeah.
You know,
and what can you do with it
now? You get to appreciate the fact that
exactly.
Because you are the way you
master of it all.
You know, but he's always been there with you. Yeah. Which is why now I appreciate him so much, because he's a good guy.
Bryce got you. Listen now, your journey has been so long that you did not just stop at singing, acting, choreography, putting together clients for, or well, at least dancers for other people and stuff like that. It came to a point, and I want to understand what really forced you or prompted you to say, I'd love to have a radio. Because it gave rise to something very nice that I wanted to follow myself, which is the Boom Boom Room. You know, and you were a part of that, baby. What was the Boom Boom Room? What is the Boom Boom Room? What got into you when you came up with that?
The Boom Boom Room is an edutainment. It used to be a hip hop show, and then I opened it up to just music. Yeah. It's an edutainment music show that basically enlightens society at large, up and coming artists, about the business of the music.
Yeah.
It's always music, it's always interviews,
mostly.
Entertainment, yes. But there's not really segments where that touches and teaches the up and coming about what they need to do in order to take their music to the next level. Because you can get a studio and record.
It's not it. There's more to it.
And then you also keep playing.
There's the business side of the music. There's the marketing, publishing.
But by basically opening a Boom Boom Room, I just wanted to give a platform to the up and coming artists.
Bruh, you sort of with that Boom Boom initiative, it's clear. And even with the putting together of groups that were singers and stuff like that, you are lending a hand to the next person so that they can also come closer to the light.
That's what I'm about.
You know what I'm saying? The fact that you could have gone pure entertainment with the Boom Boom Room, but you saw that there's an alteration that has to be done where you can actually bring information and knowledge. Yep. You're pouring into someone else's cup.
Definitely.
Bruh.
That's what I'm about.
Yeah, man.
I just love giving a helping hand, you know.
And that's why you keep getting it. And with all of that, just coming close to where we're supposed to just close this whole thing, I want to find out what the Fabulous Funhouse does. And then we're going to start focusing on the music that you're doing, because I know that there's an EP that is coming up.
Yeah.
But you're also, because I know that you're really excited about that. You're also a designer. You sort of work with beads, embroidery.
I'm not a designer.
Tell me.
I'm a creative. Let me put it that way.
Right.
Yes. I'm a creative, and I like. There's something that beads do to me. It's a traditional emblem to me.
Of course.
You know, it's how I represent myself to the world and to everybody else.
That's right.
So the image that I want to portray is,
and the image is quite dazzling. Let me tell you, it's always very exclusive. It's very easy to see. That's Lumkah right there. You're not gonna miss it.
Yes, thank you so much. The image I want to portray is an image that you can be an African woman without having all these other little voices telling you that you're not beautiful, telling you that you have to wear silky hair or anything if you don't have your beautiful afro. You know, I just want to speak to my roots. I just want to make sure that my roots are always at all times being given us a platform and a space to shine. Because
it's a huge you know?
Usufuna amadoda uhalisa amadoda you know,
they're forgetting actually that we goddesses and we gods, you know, so it starts with the first cause, and that's exactly where you find yourself, because I can see that spirituality just pours out of you, and it's such a beautiful thing to experience. Now this is some of the songs that you've just done, because you've worked with a lot of people in the entertainment industry. The one that we ran the promo on, that's a song that you released in 2020, was it?
Booyah, yes.
Booyah.
That's the current song.
That is a beautiful song. Tell me about that song. Who comes into that project?
It's King Nexo. King Nexo
that's right.
So his sound is sort of like Ompankana, sort of like Maskandi, sort of like
that's a beautiful
Ushuni.
Song.
So when I listened to that beat, I was like, I can do so much on it. but I needed to tell a story.
Yeah, of course.
On it. I wasn't just gonna be like
dropping lyrics.
Yeah,
let's go crazy.
I needed to tell a story, and I needed people to relate to the story as well.
Of course.
And then I decided to write about love, which is something that I have. Like, I've got a lot of love. To give.
I want,
So I decided to write a love story. So
it's nothing personal, is it?
No.
I wonder.
No, it's nothing personal. Personal.
And
I just the story kept on playing in my head, and I was like, okay, let me tell the story that's playing in my head. Let me tell it to the people.
It really came out beautifully, yeah.
Thank you so much.
You've done a lot of work after that, but now there's a lovely EP that you're currently working on. It's an amazing one, I hear. It's supposed to be releasing this month, isn't it?
This month, yes.
And it's a huge one. And I'm just going to tell a bit of a story that I was able to pick up when I saw the work that you've put in putting it together, because it hasn't officially been released.
Yes.
But it's going to be a huge one, and I know that Unfiltered is going to be a part of that. We need to have a segment just for that. On that one, you sort of wanted again to tell a story.
Yes.
And this time you wanted to look at things that were problematic in our current society. So you focused on an all-woman comprised band, if you want to call it, or project. And you wanted to bring out the issues that are faced by women.
Yes.
Gender-based violence, sexism, and all of this stereotype of...
I couldn't have put it any better.
Yeah, man.
That is just exactly it.
When are we having this song, man?
It's Inzalabantu is the name of the compilation. Obviously, we know Inzalabantu, it's a human race.
A woman.
A goddess,
yes,
a queen.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Get it.
Us. And the experiences that we face, the beautiful experiences, the bad experiences, the bad being more at this current time, you know, in our lives. So we just want
it's about time for so just so that a woman's plea can finally be heard. Because it has to come to an end. It's really ridiculous.
At the end of the day, guys,
actually, you know,
don't do it. So it's actually a 3-track EP. There's a house song there, there's a hip hop song there, and then there's an amapiano song there.
Of course.
So I wanted to widen the experience. I wanted it to touch all the genres.
Catering for all.
Yeah. So obviously there's going to be gender-based violence, there's going to be gender inequality, and then at the end of the day, we decided to also just give a little bit of woman empowerment and talk about Umuntu Fazani and praise the fact that she is a woman.
Listen,
she always gives her strength.
We ain't nothing, and that's exactly, I think that's another reason why men are so worried whenever a woman comes to rising, because we understand the power that you guys have. We understand that we will not be here if it weren't for you. At the end of the day, Umuntu Fazani is everything that this world needs. And there's absolutely no way that we can move forward without her. So, with that being said, I just want to say, Lumkah Fabulous.
Yes.
It's been a great one. Thank you so much for being a part of Unfiltered with Oscar Msomi, right?
Thank you so much.
I want people to be able to get through to you. So I know that you're on social media. How do people get through to you? Like your social links?
Guys, everywhere. At Lumkah Fabulous, LUMKAH Fabulous with Zulu, FABULAS across all social media platforms. Look out for Inzalabantu. Go download it, Dirty Mojito. It's on all digital platforms.
I like that. Bro, thank you so much, Lumkah. It's been a great one. We're obviously going to have this running through. And remember, it's very simple. You simply just subscribe to Unfiltered, the YouTube page, and that's exactly where we drop all our podcasts. And obviously, you'll be able to get all the lovely information and the guests that we have, like Lumkah right here, Lumkah Fabulous. Make sure that you check her out on all, or at least on all her social media links, and you'll be able to follow her and be able to be a part of the experience. She's actually a firebomb right there. Lumkah, thank you so much again for being a part of Unfiltered, right?
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Sissy.
Humbles a boy, no munga humbles a boy, humbles a boy, no munga humbles a boy, humbles a boy, no munga hamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya udukele emazweni ahophe uzukhumbula noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya udukele emazweni ahophe uzukhumbula noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya udukele emazweni ahophe uzukhumbula noma ungahamba uzobuya udukele emazweni ahophe uzukhumbula buye ekhaya lezo nyembe zinzosula amaphutha ngwenzile zenze ngizokuqule yeah when uzizwa zonke iphelele igcoka amalamba bakuyeke yazi ukuthi nivele ngeke bakumele I did you wrong love ngicela ungixolele yeah hamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya hamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya hamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya udukele emazweni ahophe uzukhumbula noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya udukele emazweni ahophe uzukhumbula noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya udukele emazweni ahophe uzukhumbula something good and I messed it up now my whole world is just fucked up now I'm sitting lonely and I'm reminiscing when I had a man shit I was booed up now I'm screwed up all because of cloud most of people who won't even reach out now a good thing is gone and I'm singing the song ngicela sithando sami buye ekhaya yeah hamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya hamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya hamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya udukele emazweni ahophe uzukhumbula noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya udukele emazweni ahophe uzukhumbula noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya udukele emazweni ahophe uzukhumbula I cannot express my boundless gratitude for having you just loving you ain't easy I admit that but I love you boo you're so exposed to plenty I keep tossing and turn when you're traveling city to city angazingithanda umuntu ngendlela engithanda ngayo wena babe usithando senhliziyo sihlale singamathenoli noma kunzima kuyihamba le ndlela you living your dream vele usuphumele I'll stay by you to the end of the road just through it all so begazela yeah noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya udukele emazweni ahophe uzukhumbula noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya noma ungahamba uzobuya udukele emazweni ahophe uzukhumbula after the beep record your message hi it's me again I won't stop calling until you return my calls ngiyacela sithando sami buye ekhaya sithando sami buye ekhaya